Greetings from Boston. My name is Aaron Knapp. Welcome to the show. The United States Supreme Court has struck down a 1992 law that prohibited most states from authorizing sports betting. The ruling today allows each state to pursue its own policy in this area as dictated by the will of its own people. I want to talk about the ruling. I want to talk about the controversy surrounding it. Welcome to the Daily Nugget. An increasing majority of Americans believe that the Constitution should be given the meaning that 21st century Americans give it. In other words, the words of the document should be given the meaning that modern day Americans think that meaning is, as opposed to the meaning that the original founders gave to the words in the document. There's a big difference there. If we let the meaning of the document be determined by each generation in its own way, then we don't have law. We don't have fixed, certain law. And we have a situation where judges and legislators can begin to insert their own will rather than the will reflected in the Constitution itself by the people who framed the document. So it's dangerous to get into this living constitutionalism thing. It's much better to try to tie the meaning of the document back to fixed understandings that existed at an earlier time, at the founding period. And then, of course, for the 14th Amendment, you got to look at the original intention when that amendment was passed. Well, that's a better way to do it. There's room for a little bit of discretion. There's room to move. Even when you're looking primarily at the original meaning, it doesn't mean it's an inflexible approach. But today's ruling does confirm, I think, an original understanding with respect to the separation of powers between the federal and the state governments. The founders of the American Constitution believed that the states should retain all power except for the clearly defined federal powers set forth in the Constitution. Well, there's no federal power in the Constitution to prohibit the states from pursuing certain policies in respect of sports betting. There's just nothing there. There's nothing fundamentally wrong or immoral or violative of natural law here. The states should be allowed to pursue their own policies. It's just another instance of the federal government attempting to dictate state policy in areas where the Constitution is essentially silent. Well, there's just no authority. Today's ruling, and this is the Daily Nugget, today's ruling is a victory for democracy. Not only a victory for the Constitution, but a victory for democracy, by which I mean not the federal democracy, but the democracy in each of the states. Today's ruling allows each of the states to pursue their own policies with respect to sports betting as dictated by their own people. So it's a victory for democracy. Thanks for watching. I'll be back at you very soon. Best wishes. Bye.